articles of incorporation. So when you start a company and you incorporate that company as a legal corporate entity, there are certain things that you're going to require. You'll usually find them in the minute book, and we have lots of videos on minute books so you can get more information about that. You'll have things like your annual returns, you'll have your bylaws, you'll have a number of resolutions signed, and you'll also have articles of incorporation. Now, the articles of incorporation are going to be specific rules about the company and its share structure. You're going to have set out all the different classes of shares. Maybe you have one class of share. Maybe you have 8 different kinds. Maybe you have preferred shares and regular shares, voting shares, unvoting shares. There's any number of options. When you first set out your articles of incorporation, you don't have to know in advance all the ones you're going to use. You can create 1,000. Now that's probably a lot, but you can create dozens of share structures so that you can use them down the road. You don't have to use them right away. Having it set out in advance is really important because there's also things like restrictions on the corporation that could be in the articles of incorporation. And if you don't have those right, you could run into problems in terms of corporate requirements or even lending requirements. Now, what are some of the consequences if you don't have your articles of incorporation set out right? Well, you could lose tax benefits. There could be tax opportunities that you have that are just missed because you have to have certain things in your articles. You could be prevented from borrowing funds, or you may not have the ability to best manage distribution of funds by way of dividends to different shareholders. You may lose the ability to do different dividends to different groups of shareholders. So it's important to sit down with your lawyer and your accountant to make sure you have a structure that's right for you and what you plan, and also to leave room for down the road to make sure that your articles of incorporation are there for you and the company in a way. They can be changed down the line, but they can only be changed in certain circumstances. So you can add new shares, but you can't change who gets the allocation of those new shares. There has to be agreements, there has to be things written out, there has to be subscriptions and whatnot. So it's very good to put the work in advance to make sure that you have the structure that you need to properly run your business.